We're going to create an off-screen navigation now, and the way we do that is by having some of these buttons at the side that click and bring on the navigation from off-screen. We're going to have one of these little burger menu type things here. You can have the word menu or not depending on your own particular preference or style. So let's go ahead and do that. And the project file that I'm working from right now is from the very first one in this series, where we just created a very simple sort of sidebar of links, because that's essentially what we're doing here, but we're moving that sidebar off the screen. So if we just start this and have a look at it, we can see there is our list of links down the side, and that makes a great starting point for what we're going to do right here. There are a few extra things that we need to do with this, particularly inside the navigation itself. Okay, so adding that in, what we essentially get there is a checkbox which has got an ID of nav trigger. We've created a label for that nav trigger. This code here, this UTF code, gives us the burger icon that's there and the word menu next to it. But this checkbox is essentially what we're going to be clicking on and off, but it's going to be hidden so we can't see it. So if we click anywhere on the label for it, it turns it on and off. And if it's turned on, we're going to move the navigation onto the screen, and if it's turned off, we're going to move the navigation off the screen. And that's kind of how that works. Just one more thing we've got to do in here, and that's just add a class into the unordered list, because that's going to make it easy for us to get access to that later on. Okay, from here we're going to move into our design CSS, and we're going to start working over there with what we've got. So a few things that we're going to start doing over here. First of all, let's hide the nav trigger itself. We don't really need to see that as a checkbox, so let's go in and do that. Nav trigger, the hash refers to the ID of that, and so we're just going to say in here display is none, and immediately that gets rid of that, so that makes it much easier for us to work with. Now everything that we want that's over this side, we're going to move to the opposite side of the screen over here, which means we're going to position things absolutely. So let's do that on the class of nav trigger, and then we'll talk to the label of that nav trigger. Position fixed means it's always going to stay in the top corner of the screen. So position it up in the top right, we can see there 15 pixels in from each side. The Z index basically makes sure it's higher than other content on the screen. We want this to always be on top. And so you may even need to make it higher than that when you get lots of other content. And the cursor pointer means that when you go over it, it changes to that pointer effect. So it gives us the right kind of feedback that we're expecting. So what we've said in this section is that the label is going to move out when we click on it, and so is this element, which we haven't positioned yet, off screen, and they're going to move out on the right, and it's going to be take 0.4 seconds to do that. So we're just adding a transition for it to start working on that. So what this is essentially doing now is saying that when we click on this and it's checked, move it out 215 pixels from the right, which will be perfect for what we want. We can do exactly the same thing with the navigation, but we actually haven't moved that over yet. So maybe we'll just leave that for a second and come back to it. Let's add in those elements that we need to make the navigation move over to that side. Okay, so now the big jump that's happened right now is that the menu has gone off the screen over here. So let's make that transition for it to move on when it is checked, and still a few little extras for us to figure out here. So to the right 0. So at the moment it's off minus 200 pixels, so it's going to move on to the right 200 pixels. So let's give that a go, and there we can see it moving on. And with it moved on, let me just move this out of the way. I'm going to get rid of the width on here. Let's comment that out, and the text aligns. And what I noticed I've missed out on here is I needed to put a width in, which is 200 pixels. There we go. And if I save that, what we've got now is that working perfectly with it moving in and out. So when we check it, we're triggering there the transition point of that. Now what we've got as well is if I scroll over this way, we've got like a scroll bar at the bottom. It won't let me scroll over because we've got overflow content. So a way to get rid of that, because that doesn't look great on the screen, is to say body is hidden. And now you get rid of that scroll bar there. And that's only because we've got this content which is off the side of the screen. So it's important for us to hide that off there. And that's just created a very simple off-screen menu that requires no JavaScript whatsoever. It's working perfectly with the HTML and CSS that we've got on our screen.